Let's look at the question ransom note from grind 75. Given two strings ransom note and magazine, return true if ransom note can be constructed by using the letters from magazine and false otherwise. Each letter in magazine can only be used once in ransom note. Example 1, ransom note is A, the magazine is B. We cannot build the ransom note. Example 2, ransom note is AA and the magazine has an A and a B. We cannot build the ransom note because we're missing an A. Example 3, ransom note is equal to AA and the magazine has an AAB. We can definitely build the ransom note because we have two A's and we've even got a spare B. The constraints are such that the ransom note length and the magazine length are going to be between 1 and a giant positive number. Ransom note and magazine consist of lowercase English letters. With the ransom note question, the first thing that you're probably going to want to think about is how do we convert the note and the magazine strings into character counts to their occurrence, or their count of characters for a specific character. So once we've done that, so the first thing you're going to do is convert the note in the magazine to character counts, and you're going to end up with two dictionaries, one from that'll have character to integer for the note, and another one that's going to have character to integer for the magazine. And then what you're going to want to do is loop through the note counts, or the character counts, and check to see if we can build it. If we can build that specific character from the note. And if we can do that for every single note, or every single character within the note, then we know that we can build the note from the magazine. And if we ever at any point don't have enough characters within the magazine to build a specific letter, so for, let's say for example the magazine didn't have the C here, and as we're looping through the character counts we get to the C, which was going to have a count of 1. If we don't have a C in the magazine, then we know that we cannot build the ransom note from the magazine. The time and space complexity are going to actually require two different variables. So if I let n equal to the length of the note and m equal to the length of the magazine string, we're going to end up with a time complexity of n plus m, and the space complexity is going to be in the same boat. We're going to have n plus m. All right, let's take a look at the code. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is probably build an extension on string that lets us get our character counts. And that's going to give us a dictionary of character to integers. And the way that we're going to do this, I'm going to use the reduce into, and I'm going to reduce this into an empty dictionary of characters to integers. And we're going to have partial and current. Unfortunately in LeetCode, the actual indentation gets kind of messed up when you use reduce into, I've noticed. So I'm just going to kind of fake this. And what we're going to do is in the partial, just as a reminder, when you say partial here, it's referring to what you created in the reduce into. So we're going to say partial current. Maybe I'll rename this to character for clarity. Partial character. We're going to have a default of 0 plus equal to 1. And yes, you could type return here, but it's not required. And then when we go to our solution, the first thing we can do is say let ransom counts is equal to ransom note.car counts. And we're going to say let magazine counts is equal to magazine.car counts. And then what we can do is we're going to loop through our ransom counts. So we're going to say for car count in ransom counts. So we're looping through our magazine counts. If at any point, if the magazine counts for the character, the default of 0, I think you typically put a space there. If that is less than the count that we need, return false. Right? We don't have enough characters in the magazine to satisfy the count that we need in the ransom note counts. So if at any point we can't build a character, we're going to go ahead and return false. Otherwise, if we can manage to loop through every character in our ransom note and build them, we're going to return true. Now we're going to run the code. And that's going to go ahead and pass. I'm going to submit it just to double check. Maybe I made a mistake somewhere. And there you go. Hope you've enjoyed this video.